Hello students. In previous lecture I completed registration of charges topic, and in this lecture I am supposed to start management and administration chapter. But before I start new chapter, let's revise section numbers of our previous chapter. The previous chapter, registration of charges. Total we had 3 events in this chapter ma. One is registration of charge. Next one, modification of charge. And last one, satisfaction of charge. So whenever company creates charge on its assets or properties or undertakings, it is the duty of company to register charge with ROC. So whose duty to register charge with ROC? Company. In case company fails to register charge with ROC, then charge holder is entitled to file application with ROC for registration of charge. Understood? So finally, who can register charge with ROC? Company, charge holder. The moment charge gets registered with ROC, it is an intimation to the public. Simply, it is a notice to the public. Notice. Coming to section numbers. Duty of company to register charge with ROC 77. Application by charge holder 78. Modification 79. Notice 80. And satisfaction. So satisfaction again 2 branches. Satisfaction of charge by company. Powers of ROC to register satisfaction of charge on suo motu basis. So one is section 82, the other one is section 83. Clear? Next one. Now every event, registration, modification, satisfaction shall be recorded ma. Shall be recorded. Where? In registers. Who will maintain these registers? ROC as well as company. So registers to be maintained by ROC, registers to be maintained by company. So 2 sections over. ROC section 81, company section 85. Next section. Whenever charge holder appoints or removes official receiver or manager, appoints or removes official receiver or manager, it is the duty of charge holder to communicate the same with company as well as ROC. And what is the time limit? 30 days. What is the time limit? 30 days. So that is section, come on, section number 84. And last 2 sections ma. Violations observed under this chapter. Violations observed under this chapter. Punishment. Any violation, violation of any provision in this chapter, punishment, section number 86. The next one, powers of central government. Powers of central government, section 87. So whenever company commits a misstatement in filings with ROC, so if company wants to rectify those misstatements, then it is required to file an application with central government. Central government is having a power to grant permission. So that is section 87. So total 11 sections are there ma. 77 to 87. So with this, registration of charges completed. Next, a new chapter. New chapter in this lecture. Come on, tell me, what is the name of the new chapter? Management and administration. Management and administration. Section 88 to section 122. So very big chapter ma. Lengthy chapter, in fact. Lengthy chapter. Just look at the index. Just look at the index. So starting page 3. Start page 3. End page 97. So more than 90 pages are there. Majority part of this chapter, procedural questions you will observe. Majority portion of this chapter is procedures only. That's why it looks lengthy, but very simple chapter. And coming to weightage point of view, you can expect 6 to 8 marks from this chapter, ma. So if you observe, last, previous 8 attempts question papers, one attempt only 4 marks came from this chapter. In one attempt 16 marks came from this chapter. But on an average 8 marks including choice. So 6 to 8 marks you can expect from this chapter. And very, very simple, provided you listen classes carefully. Understood? So management and administration. You all know company is a formal type of organization. Yes or no? Company comes into existence only through incorporation. The promoters of the company, they are required to prepare documents, MOA, AOA, declarations. Yes or no? And promoters are required to submit these documents with ROC. Then ROC shall issue certificate of incorporation. So through certificate of incorporation only, company comes into existence. So it's a formal type of organization. Are you getting my point? And company is an artificial person. It can't do its activities on its own. Definitely it requires human agency. Management is required. So you'll observe board of directors, top level management, then supervisors, assistant managers, middle level management, and workers, employees, low level management. So how company is managing its resources in order to achieve its objectives. That comes under management part. Next one, who is having powers to frame policies, to frame goals? That portion comes under administration. So this chapter is all about, management of the company, administration of the company. And I'll divide this chapter into 2 parts, ma. Yes, I'll divide this chapter into 2 parts. One is registers and returns. Registers and returns. Section 88 to 95. And second part is all about general meetings. Very interesting concept, general meetings, 96 to 122. So first I'll take up registers and returns for our discussion, ma. The first section of this chapter is section 88, a register of members. A register of members. First of all, who is a member? First of all, who is a member? And how one gets membership in a company? Answer my question. First, listen to me carefully and answer my question. Who is a member and how one get membership in a company? Understood? Anyone? Okay, let me answer. So in order to get membership or in order to become member of a company, first thing, you should be either subscriber to MOA. At the time of incorporation of company, the persons who subscribe MOA, that means who signs memorandum of association as a subscriber, upon incorporation, he becomes member of the company automatically. He become member of the company. Sir, incorporation already happened, sir. Now I want to become member of the company. Is there any possibility? Yes. How, sir? Person agrees to become a member in writing, and whose name, whose details or whose name entered in register of members, then he is also a member of the company. Sir, I didn't get your point, sir. Person who agrees to become member in writing and whose name is recorded in register of members, he is a member. How it is possible, sir? Very simple. If a company makes a public offer, if a company is making public offer, definitely it is required to prepare and issue prospectus to the public. Yes or no? Prospectus to the public. So looking at the prospectus, you just subscribe shares of the company. No. Company came for private placement and your name is recorded in private placement document. You just subscribe securities, under private placement. Then also you'll become member of the company. So, but you told person agrees to become a member in writing. No, sir. Yes, for subscribing shares, you need to file an application, right? File an application. Oral application is not sufficient. Written application is required. That means you agreed to become member of the company and you signed the document. You submitted the document to the company. And company allotted shares in your name. Company recorded your name in the register of members. That's it. You'll become member of the company. Sir, public offer already completed. Private placement already completed. Is there any other alternative, sir? Yes, that alternative is there. Section 56. Transfer. In transfer also, if you observe, both transferor and transferee shall execute a transfer instrument. Do you remember? Do you remember? Execution of deed. Simply it is in writing. So transferee agrees to become member of the company in writing, and upon registration of transfer, his name will be recorded in register of members. Accordingly, he will become member of the company. So if you look at this, member definition, so you can become member at the time of incorporation, or you can become member subsequently also. Understood? Either under prospectus or private placement or transfer or transmission of securities. And one more clause is inserted in member definition. Sir, what is that clause, sir? What is that clause? Person whose details are recorded in a register of beneficial owners. Oh my God, beneficial owners maintained by depository. Maintained by depository. He is also member of the company. He is also member of the company. Sir, what is this register of beneficial owner depository? You all know companies are of two types, sir. Listed company, unlisted company, right? Listed, unlisted. Listed companies shall always issue securities only in demat form. Only in demat form. In unlisted also, you can see unlisted public companies are required to maintain securities in demat form. Private companies optional. Private companies optional. Now the point, demat form of securities, what is the concept? What is the theme? I already discussed with you under section 29. Once again, I'll discuss with you. See ma, demat form of securities, first, company will deposit securities with depositories. Now we are having two depositories, NSDL, CDSL. NSDL, CDSL. So all the securities shall be deposited with NSDL, CDSL. Now coming to company register of members. In company register of members, company will record the name of NSDL and the name of CDSL. That's it. Company will record only the names of NSDL and CDSL. Now NSDL, CDSL are the legal owners of the shares. Then who are the beneficial owners, sir? I'll tell you, just wait. So if you take Reliance Industry Limited, example, Reliance Industry Limited, I'm holding some 1,000 shares in Reliance Industry Limited, ma. I'm holding 1,000 shares in Reliance Industry Limited. For example, so 1,000 shares. All these 1,000 shares, not in physical form, ma. All these 1,000 shares are in demat form. Or in demat form. That means, physical or all these securities are in the custody of NSDL and CDSL. So simply NSDL, CDSL, what it will do? What it will do? First, it will give an account to me. It is called demat account. The moment I subscribe or the moment I acquire 1,000 shares, I won't get any physical share certificate. I'll get a message from NSDL. What message, sir? 1,000 shares of Reliance Industry Limited credited to your account. Credited to your account. Suppose, immediately I transferred or I sold 500 Reliance Industry Limited shares. Immediately I'll get a message from NSDL. 500 Reliance Industry Limited shares debited. Now net only 500 shares you're having. So it's like a bank account, ma. If you open bank passbook, you'll find entries. So here also a demat account holder will get entries in his demat account. So total shares credited, total shares debited. Credit nothing but buying, purchase of shares. Debit is nothing but sale of shares. Understood? Now we are holding shares in demat form, and these securities actually held by NSDL, CDSL. So whenever company issues securities, NSDL, CDSL will take custody of those securities. Custody, that's what NSDL, CDSL are known as custodians. And if you find register, if you observe register of members maintained by Reliance Industry Limited, you can't find my name, you can't find actual members names, you'll find only NSDL, CDSL names. NSDL, for example, 1,000 shares. And if you go through NSDL records, In those records, you'll find my name. Against my name, 1000 shares. Already transferred 500. So balance 500 shares. Now the registers maintained by NSDL CDSL, we call them as, we call such registers as a register of beneficial owners. See, once again, I'm telling you, NSDL is not maintaining 1000 shares for itself. NSDL is holding those shares on behalf of me. So in company records, you will find NSDL name. In NSDL records, you will find my name. Now the point is, either your name must be there in company register of members or your name must be there in register of beneficial owners maintained by depository. If either of this condition is satisfied, then you will be the member of the company. Now member is owner of the company. Company owes to the member. Member invested some money in the company and member is having a ownership over the company. Are you all getting my point, students? Everyone. Now the concept is, person agrees to become member in writing and the name is recorded in register of members. Yes, that is our topic, register of members. Are you all getting my point? So far we discussed the definition of the member. Subscriber to MOA is a member. Person who agrees to become member in writing and whose name is recorded in register of members is a member. And person whose name is recorded in the register of beneficial owners maintained by depositories, he is also a member. So definition of member completed, ma. And next concept is a register of members. So come on, tell me, whose duty to maintain register of members, ma? Who is having a duty to maintain register of members? Obviously, company. It is the duty of every company, whether you are a private or public, listed, unlisted, government, non-government, small, other than small company. Now, every company is required to maintain a register of members. Is there any form, sir? Is there any format? Yes, the format is MGT1. So first I'll show you the format, ma. So this is the register of members, ma, form number MGT1. So this register is sufficient for equity shareholders as well as preference shareholders. But the point is, a separate register for equity shareholders, a separate register for preference shareholders. Now you can see here, to be maintained separately for each class of shares or class of shares, equity or preference, nominal value per share 10, number of shares held by this person, for example 1000, folio number, in Reliance Industry share certificate I shown you folio number, right? Like journals, ledgers concept is there, right? In accounts, in journals, against the entry you will record a ledger folio number, and in the ledgers also you record the journal folio number, right? It's like a reference numbers. Why this reference numbers, sir? My name is DV Subramaniam. So do you think in India only one person will have this name? No, thousands of people may have this name. Yes or no? So now DV Subramaniam checking each and every page is not possible. So folio number, unique number. So unique number ma. So 117. That's it. Folio number 117. Personal details. Name of the member DV Subramaniam. Name of joint holders, if any, not applicable. I'm only holding the shares. I'm the only person holding these shares. Address so and so. Email ID @gmail.com. SIN registration number. This is applicable in case body corporate is a member of the company. In case of holding company, subsidiary company, in the books of subsidiary company register of members, you will find holding company SIN. So if a body corporate is a member, so you will find body corporate details. In case of natural person, unique identification number, suppose Aadhaar number, father, mother, spouse name, status. Next one, occupation. I'll discuss with you this word status, ma. Don't think that married, bachelor, it's not that status. Simply a member or not a member. Suppose he transferred all the shares, not a member. Suppose member become insolvent, so that status. Next one, PAN number of the member, nationality India. In case member is a minor, so yes, minor name can be entered into the register of members, but not individually. Simply, minor can hold shares, but not directly. Minor can hold shares with the help of guardian. So So you need to enter the details of guardian, legal guardian, and date of birth of minor. Why? Because minor lifelong, he won't be a minor after attaining age of 18 years, completing 18 years of age. Definitely he will attain age of majority. So from that date onwards he will become major, and he will get complete rights by attaining 18 years, right? In certain cases I remember, yeah, 21 years. Okay, fine. 18, 21. Next one, details of membership, date of becoming member. For example, 17th August 2019. Declaration under section 89, I'll discuss it with you in the next lecture. 89, 89, 90, I'll discuss with you in the next lecture. Next one, nomination. I told you section 72, right? Power to nominate any person as nominee in the event of death of a member. Who will become owner of these shares, who will become holder of these shares, or who will become member of the company, nominee. Section 72, name and address of nominee. Number of shares kept in hold. Suppose there is an order from NCLT, keep this person shares, keep these shares, lock these shares. That means don't transfer these shares until case is proved, until case is solved. Don't transfer these shares. So in that case you need to record that matter. A record of lien on shares if applicable. Suppose I'm holding partly paid up shares and then not paying call amount. Company exercised the lien on the shares, so it will record that matter. Date of cessation of membership. Date of cessation of membership. Now on complete transfer of shares, my membership comes to an end. That's what I discussed with you under section 56. In the event of transfer of shares, either the transferor, either he may reduce his holdings or he may terminate his membership. Understood? Next one, details of shareholding. Allotment number. If you got shares under allotment, allotment number. No sir, transfer sir, then transfer number. Date of allotment or date of transfer. Number of shares allotted or number of shares transferred, simply credited to you. Distinctive numbers, I already told you. Physical shares, must have distinctive numbers. Understood? In Reliance share certificate also I shown you distinctive numbering, right? Next one, folio of transfer if applicable. See, I got shares from Mr. Shyam, right? So those number of shares shall be debited to Shyam and shall be credited to my account. Now Shyam details, simply transfer folio number and name of the transferor. Next one, date of issue of share certificate. You all know, within 2 months in case of incorporation, within 2 months in case of allotment, within 1 month in case of transfer, and in case of allotment of debentures within 6 months. It is the duty of company to issue certificate. Yes or no? So date of issue of certificate, certificate number, lock-in period if any. Yeah, sweat equity shares, lock-in period is there, right? So record those details. Next one, amount, how much he paid and payable, outstanding amount, nominal value, paid up value. Next one, if shares are issued for consideration other than cash. Suppose sweat equity shares issued for consideration other than cash, record the details. Okay, next one, date of transfer. Sir, already we observed date of transfer in previous page. What is this? Here, suppose existing member is selling shares. Existing member is selling shares. In previous page you can observe Shyam transferred shares to Mr. V. Now V became member. Now next page, V is transferring shares to some X. So date of transfer by existing member, number of shares transferred, distinctive numbers, and folio of transferee. So details of X, name of transferee X, balance shares after transfer. Out of 1000 I transferred 500, so I'm having only 500 shares. Remarks if any, and finally authentication. So who will sign this register or who will record the entries in the register? Obviously company secretary. In case of no secretary, then person authorized by board of directors. Person authorized by board of directors. Completed, that is all about MGT1. That is all about MGT1. And with respect to registers of debenture holders, other security holders, the form number is MGT2. So here we are having two forms. MGT1 is for members, MGT2 is for other security holders, including debentures. Including debentures, same details you will find here, but instead of share you will find debenture or other security. Understood? So MGT3 is a different concept. I'll discuss it with you shortly. So far we had a discussion on, register of members. Form is MGT1. Come on, tell me whose duty to maintain register of members, ma? Every company. So every company shall keep and maintain register of members, a register of debenture holders, and register of other security holders. For members, form number is MGT1. For debenture holders and other security holders, form number MGT2. Maintenance of register of members. Section 88 requires a register of members to be maintained, and that the holding of each class of equity and preferentials by each member, whether residing in India or outside India, will have to be shown separately in the register of members. That means for equity shareholders, one register; preference shareholders, one register. The form and manner in which these registers are to be maintained will be prescribed under rules. Already I told those rules also. So Rule 5 provides for maintenance of register of members and time period for recording entries in the register. Suppose, allotment completed, transfer registered, company incorporated. In all these cases, within 7 days, of date of approval by board or committee, if there is no committee, then board approval is required. Suppose allotment committee is there, share transfer committee is there. So committee approval. If there is no such committee, then board approval. So from the date of board approval, within 7 days, the entries must be recorded in the register. Very important point, ma. Multiple choice question point of view. 1 mark, very, very important. What is the time period for recording entries in the register? 7 days. So by approving the allotment or transfer of shares, debentures or any other securities as the case may be. Even in case of, forfeiture of shares, buyback, reduction, subdivision, alteration of share capital. And next one, under any scheme of arrangements, mergers, reconstitution, internal reconstruction is there. Next one, employee stock option schemes, sweat equity shares. In all these cases, within 7 days after approval by the board or committee, the necessary entries shall be recorded. Next one, so place where registers shall be maintained. So where we can maintain registers? Two options you are having. One is a registered office of the company. Best option, ma. Best option. In section 12 also I said same point. Importance of registered office. Understood? So all the registers shall be maintained at registered office of the company. And you had one more option. Sir, what is that one more option, sir? After getting a special resolution from members in general meeting, just call for a general meeting. In the general meeting, get approval from the members. What kind of approval? Special resolution. In that case, you are permitted to keep register at any place other than registered office. Understood? So within the city, town, village in which the register office is situated, or any other place in India in which more than 1/10 of total number of members reside in the register of members. More than 1/10 of the total members. That means, in my register of members, total 1000 members are there. My company register office is located in Hyderabad. And 200 members are residents of Chennai. Now, if company want to maintain registers in Chennai, then two conditions to be satisfied. One is approval from members, special resolution, and second one, so in the proposed place, the proposed city, 1/10 of members, 1/10 of the total company members shall reside. So if you observe, total register of members is having 1000 members. 1000 into 1/10, that means 100. But in Chennai we are having 200 members. So two conditions. If two conditions are satisfied, you can maintain registers in Chennai also. So come on, my dear students, tell me where a company can maintain register. First option, registered office. For this, no need of members approval, ma. Sir, with members approval, you can maintain these registers at any place in India. Outside India, not possible. Suppose, sir, 500 members residing in South Korea, sir. Can I maintain registers in South Korea? No. You have to maintain registers in India only. Any other place in India in which more than 1/10 of the total members entered in the register of members reside. So in this example, Total 101 members. Suppose 101 members are residing in Kerala, for example, Kashmir, or Kanyakumari, or Mumbai, or Pune. That's it. So after getting members approval, special resolution, you can maintain registers in that place. Next, other information also to be referred in register. Sir, what is that other information? Any order passed by competent authority attaching the shares relating to the dividends is also required to be referred in the register of members. That's what I told you. Shares kept in abeyance, and moreover, remarks column is there. Understood? So yes, in those remarks column as well as shares kept in abeyance, you need to record the entries. The particulars of any charge, lien, pledge, hypothecation of any securities of the company is also required to be entered in the register of members. So what is this charge, lien? Can company create charge on its capital? No. Listen carefully. Sorry, follow me carefully. Reliance Industry Limited is there. I'm holding 1000 shares in Reliance Industry Limited. One day, I'm facing financial crunch. I need money. I went to State Bank of India and I offered Reliance Industry Limited 1000 shares. Sir, I'm having these shares. Keep these shares with you. So I'm creating a pledge. In favor of SBI for the purpose of getting a loan. Now that matter, either me or SBI must communicate that matter with Reliance Industry Limited. Now in Reliance Industry Limited register of members, company secretary will update the same. So against my name, so shares were pledged. Are you getting my point, students? So the same shall be recorded in the registers. Next one, particulars in register. Rule 3 provides that every company limited by shares shall, from the date of its registration, maintain a register of its members in form MGT1. In case of a company not having share capital, the register shall contain the following particulars in respect of each member. So what are those particulars? Already discussed. Name of the member, address, email address, PAN. If a member is a minor, name of the guardian, date of birth of the member, name and address of nominee, date of becoming member, date of cessation, amount of guarantee. This you will observe in a company limited by shares with guarantee. Sorry, company limited by guarantee and having share capital. Any other interest, if any, and instructions, if any, given by member with regard to sending notices. So this point I'll discuss with you in general meetings topic section 101 notice. Next one, maintenance of registers or registers of debenture holders. Every company which issues or allots debentures or any other security shall maintain a separate register for debenture holders or other security holders. Form is MGT2. Next one, updating of change in status of members. Status. Do you remember status? I told you. Now I'll discuss status point in the material. See, if any change occurs in a status of a member or a debenture holder or any other security holder, whether due to death or insolvency or change of name or due to transfer to IEPF or due to any other reason, entries thereof explaining the change shall be made in respect to registers. Sir, why shares will be transferred to IEPF? Very simple. Particular person is not claiming dividends. Particular person is not attending to the meetings. Particular person is not at all responding to the company. For example, for a period of 7 years, imagine. So for a period of 7 years, person is not claiming any dividends. That means, do you think that member is available or not available? Not available. Understood? No, there is a probability. Probability what? No, this person is not there. No, come on. Let's take all these shares. Possibility is there. Some of the directors or management people may take this person's shares. And we had one rule, no one should become rich at the cost of others, right? Yes or no? It's not your money, it's not your share. So don't take those shares. Then who will take these shares? Government. This rule is not applicable to government. After reading income tax, that's what my conclusion. So we had a principle, no one shall become rich at the cost of others. But this rule is not applicable to government. Yes or no? Recently, I told you, but once again I'm telling you. Recently, I bought one car. Total, I paid 21 lakhs to car showroom manager. 21 lakhs I paid. And the invoice amount, how much, invoice amount with respect to car, the car value is just 13 lakhs. So remaining 8 lakhs, GST 28% is there, life tax is there, life tax or road tax, forgot. Next, insurance charges, etc, etc. So almost I think 6 lakhs round figure, 6 to 7 lakhs I paid to government in the form of CGST, SGST as well as cess component is also there. The government can become rich at the cost of others. Okay, so just kidding, just kidding. Okay, now the point is, if a person is not claiming any benefits from the shares, for a period of 7 years consecutively, then company is having a duty to transfer such shares to IEPF, Investor Education and Protection Fund. In case of insolvency, in case of a death of a member, change the status. Next one, index of names. Every register maintained under section 88 subsection 1 shall include an index of names included therein. Sir, index means what? First page, if you observe index is there, yes or no? Suppose only one chapter is there, ma. Is index required or not required? Not required. Suppose 10 chapters are there. Now for going to third chapter, fourth chapter, simply turning all pages, it will take time. So if index is there, straight away you can go to the topic easily. Yes or no? I'm asking you. So similarly, in company also, if company is having a 50 members or more than 50 members, if company is having 50 or more than 50, it is the duty of company to maintain index. That means less than 50 members, company is not required to maintain any index. Index is not required. Index is not required. So however, according to rule 6 of company management and administration rules 2014, the maintenance of index is not necessary where the number of members is less than 50. And rule 6 also provides that company shall make necessary entries in the index simultaneously with the entry of allotment or transfer of any security in such a register. So come on, tell me, my dear students, register when applicable, when not applicable. Register is applicable when company is having 50 or more than 50 members. 50. Registers are not applicable. Sorry, index in the register is not applicable if company is having a 50 persons. Understood? Next one, register index or beneficial owner to be maintained of a depository. The register and index of beneficial owners maintained by a depository under section 11 of Depositories Act 1996 shall be deemed to be the corresponding register and the index for the purpose of this act. That means listed companies will maintain a register of members, and depository will also maintain a register of beneficial owners on behalf of listed company. Now the point is, members holding shares in demat form, company, you have no duty to record those people names. The record maintained by depository is sufficient. So in that case, no need to have a full register. Suppose Reliance Industry Limited is having 3 million shareholders. That means 30 lakh members are there. Out of 30 lakh members, 29 lakh members are holding demat form of shares. Imagine. Now, company is not required to record the 29 lakh members details in its register. So simply record, incorporate NSDL CDSL names in your register. And the register maintained by NSDL CDSL is equal to register maintained by the company. Understood? So assumption provision, assumption provision. That's what, assumption. So registers maintained by depository shall be deemed to be corresponding register and index for the purpose of this act. Are you all getting my point, students? Everyone. Next one, foreign register. Foreign register. Just 1 minute, 1 second. Yes. So next topic is foreign registers. Foreign register, name itself is telling, registers maintained outside India. Registers maintained outside India. Yeah. A company which is having a share capital, and if it issue securities to any person, resident outside India, any person resident outside India, and if that company is authorized by its articles, it can keep registers outside India also. Sir, why that flexibility is provided? Very simple. Whenever transfer of securities happen, transferor and transferee is required to execute a transfer instrument. and they need to submit those documents to company, yes or no? So suppose my company members, I'm having members in Canada. One person want to transfer shares to his neighbor. Now they need to execute transfer deed and sending those documents to the company. It will take more time, and company sending instruments, share certificate to that people. Definitely, it's a time taking thing, complicated one. Yes or no? Communication process. There may be a delay. Are you getting my point? So for making easy of these provisions, yes, a company which is having a share capital, and if it is authorized by its articles, is allowed to keep in any country outside India a part of register of members, or register of debenture holders, or any other security holders or beneficial owners resident in that country, and the register may be referred as foreign register. Are you all getting my point, students? So company having share capital and company authorized by its articles can maintain registers outside India with respect to members, debenture holders, or other security holders. Next one, compliance. Sir, if a company wants to open foreign register, then what company should follow? What steps company should follow? Understood? So first of all, foreign register is purely optional, purely optional, and it is just a benefit given to the company. If company wants to use that option, then company has to follow the prescribed procedure. Once company decides to keep, it shall comply to the following. Beginning of this chapter, I told you, you will find majority of this chapter, procedures only. Okay, procedure. First, ROC filing. Company shall within 30 days from date of opening of any foreign register file with ROC notice of situation of office in the prescribed form number MGT3 along with fee where such register is kept. Now let's see form number MGT3, notice of situation of change of situation. So situation, change of situation, discontinuation of situation. That means this form is used for three purposes. One is location of foreign office, location of office in the foreign country, change of location, discontinuation of location, where foreign registers shall be kept. So here you can find, address, the notice is in respect of situation of office where foreign register is kept, and foreign register relates to register of members, register of debenture holders. You need to give the particulars and you need to file this form with ROC. What is the time limit? What is the time limit, ma? 30 days. 30 days for intimation to ROC. 30 days from opening foreign register. In the event of any change in the situation of such office or discontinuance, suppose all members transferred shares, company made buyback, sir, and all foreigners surrendered their shares, sir. So no need to maintain foreign register. So discontinuance of foreign register. So all these events, shall be communicated with ROC within 30 days from happening of such event. So within 30 days from date of such change or discontinuance, as the case may be, file notice in form number MGT3 with ROC of such change or discontinuance. Next one, a foreign register shall be deemed to be a part of company's register. So now company register includes foreign register. So simply, if your name is recorded in foreign register, then also you will be member of the company. Your name is recorded in company register, you are a member of the company. Okay. Members or of debenture holders or of any other security holders or beneficial owners. Sir, this word frequently getting repeated. Sir, what is this word, sir? I'll discuss with you under section 89. Just wait. As the case may be, the foreign register shall be maintained in the same format as of principal register. That means either MGT1 form or MGT2 form. A foreign register shall be open to inspection and may be closed. Extracts may be taken therefrom and copies thereof may be required in the same manner as is applicable to principal register. Closure of foreign register, inspection of foreign register, all the provisions that are applicable to principal register equally applicable to foreign register, except advertisement before closing the register shall be inserted at least 2 newspapers circulating in the place wherein foreign register is kept. Just wait, ma. Just wait for 30 minutes. I'll discuss this point with you under section 91. Just wait. 30 minutes. In this lecture only, I'll discuss with you. Okay. If a foreign register is kept by a company in any country outside India, the decision of the appropriate competent court in regard to rectification of registration shall be binding. What is this, sir? section 58, 59, do you remember? Rectification of registers. And in case, section 58, refusal by company to register, transfer, and remedy available to aggrieved party. 58. 59. 59 is all about rectification of registers. So if there is any mistake in foreign register, then the member of the company can appeal to a competent authority in that country. Now order of the competent authority in that country is final. Accordingly, you need to rectify foreign registers. Entries in foreign register maintained under section 88 subsection 4 shall be made after board of directors approval or duly constituted committee approval. So the allotment, transfer of shares, debentures or other securities as the case may be. That's what I told you. So here also entries shall be recorded only after approval of board of directors. If you look at principal register also, after approval of board of directors, within 7 days, entries shall be recorded. Okay, next one, the company shall transmit to its registered office in India a copy of every entry in any foreign register within 15 days after the entry is made. That means company is required to maintain a duplicate copy of foreign register in India. That means you will find 3 registers. One is principal register at registered office. Second one, foreign register in foreign. Next one, duplicate copy of foreign register in India at registered office. Oh my God. So total 3 registers are there. Principal register, foreign register, copy of foreign register in India. And that copy of foreign register in India shall be updated within 15 days after entry is made in foreign register. And the duplicate register, shall be kept at a registered office. Keep at such office a duplicate register of foreign register duly updated from time to time, and it shall be deemed to be part of principal register. That means principal register plus duplicate register. Section 88, you complied. No transaction with respect to any shares, debentures or any other security registered in a foreign register shall, during the continuance of such foreign register, be registered in any other register. Sir, what is the meaning of this point? See, just observe. Company is having a register of members. Company is having a register. This is a principal register maintained at registered office. And company is also having a foreign register. Total, members of the company, 1000. Out of 1000, 950 details you will find in principal register, and 50% details you will find in foreign register. Now the point is, whatever entries you recorded in foreign register, you shall not enter these records in the principal register. You shall not record these entries in principal register till you continue foreign register. So till you continue foreign register, the entries recorded in foreign register shall not be entered in principal register. Are you getting my point? Duplication, So principal register will not contain any information of the person whose details are recorded in foreign register. Third register, it is different, duplicate register. This is simply a copy of foreign register. Copy of foreign register. That is duplicate register. Third one is different. Next one. Company may discontinue the keeping of any foreign register, and thereupon all entries in that foreign register shall be transferred to some other foreign register kept by company outside India or to principal registrar. That means Infosys, for example, Infosys company is there. It is having a principal register in India, one foreign register in Canada, and one foreign register in London. Now, company decided to close foreign register related to London. Now, all these entries in the foreign register maintained in London, it shall be transferred either to foreign register of foreign register of other country, or to the principal register, Either of these things should happen, Oh my God. Next one. Penalty for failure to maintain registers in accordance with the provisions of section 88. The penalty amount is how much, sir? company 3 lakhs rupees. My god. Officer who is in default 50,000 rupees. So simply violation of section 88. Company 3 lakhs, officer in default 50,000. Nature of offense, compoundable offense. Offense under this section is compoundable. So simply pay penalty, pay fine, that's it. No arrest, no warranty required. That's it, ma. Compoundable offenses. Next one, details of nomination in the register. Nominations. Yeah. It is important to note that Form MGT1 and MGT2 require details of nomination as referred to Section 72 of the Act, read with Rule 19 of Company Rules 2014, to be entered in the register of members and register of debenture holders or other security holders as the case may be. So simply Section 72, power to nominate person who is holding shares in a company or securities in a company is having power to nominate nominee. The details of nominee shall be entered in form number MGT1 in case of register of members, MGT2 for other securities. Next one, authentication of entries. Who will record entries, sir? Authentication by company secretary of the company or any person authorized by the board for this purpose. And the date of board resolution authorizing the same shall be mentioned. Company secretary is there. He will get power to record entries in the register. Suppose no company secretary, then P is an authorized person to record entries. So P got authorization from board of directors. Board of directors by passing board resolution authorized P to record entries in the register. Now board resolution number you need to record. The entries in foreign register shall be authenticated by company secretary of the company or person authorized by the board by appending his signature to each entry. Appending his signature is nothing but simply if you look here, authentication. So yes, that's it. Company secretary. Yes. Understood. Next one. So let's look at the examples. Mr. Joe purchased shares of Luxury Hairstyles Private Limited at market price in the name of his daughter Mila, who is just 4 years old. Mr. Joe, the director of the company, has approached you to advise him on the updation of the said change in the register of members. Since Mila, being a minor, is incompetent to contract in her capacity. A very simple, record the name of Mila. Along with Mila, record guardian name also. Father name, just record father name also. So thus, Joe's name shall appear in the register of members since Mila is a minor. Next one. Mrs. and Mr. Tanisha recently got married and jointly purchased the shares of New Hopes India Private Limited on 14th August 2018. Mr. Tanisha intimated company only that name of his wife should appear in the records of the company for the shares purchased by them. The secretary of the company is not sure whether this is possible, so approached you for an advice. In case of joint shareholding, names shall be entered according to the order mentioned in the share certificate or transfer date. For removing one person name, definitely consent of these parties is required. So they need to execute a deed. So in the deed they need to mention the reasons. Joint shareholding want to convert into single shareholding. So by following that procedure only, name shall be removed, or else name shall not be removed. Okay. Just observe, joint shareholders may request company to enter either their names on the register in a certain order or execute transfers to their holding split, with the result that part of holding is entered showing the name of the one holder. 10 shares are there. Suppose 5 shares to me, 5 shares to my wife. Okay, split. However, the condition of Mr. Tanisha that only one name, his wife name, should appear in the register as a member can't be catered to. Although the names can be entered in the order such that the name of his wife may appear first. So you can change the order of the names, but you can't remove the names. The reason for this is that articles of most companies provide that in case of exclusion of one joint holder, and for this purpose, seniority shall be determined by the order in which names stand in the register of members. So who is the senior? Senior means order. Suppose A, B. With respect to order, A is the senior. Suppose B, C. With respect to order, B is the senior. You need to get consent from all these parties. Then only termination is possible, or else simply, sir, please remove my name, give only just record only my wife name, my spouse name in register. This is not possible. Understood? So with this section 88 I completed. Section 88 I completed. So section 88, so complete provisions of section 88. Just I'll give you a summary before I proceed with the new sections. Section 88, first we discussed requirements to maintain a register. Here we discussed forms, content, yes or no. Next, I discussed with you index of register of members. Come on, tell me index. When index is required, ma? When index is required, 50 or more. Companies having 50 or more members, index is mandatory. Now, next one. If a person is holding shares in demat form and if the person details are recorded in a register of beneficial owners maintained by depository, that is equal to a register of members. So register of beneficial owners maintained by a custodian, simply depository. We assume that company is maintaining a register of members. And next, I had a discussion with you regarding foreign registers also. Foreign registers. So coming to the time limits, with respect to foreign registers, communicate the matter with ROC 30 days. Communication of matter with ROC 30 days. Next one, entries in foreign register, you have to update them in duplicate register. Duplicate register. What is the time limit? 15 days. What is the time limit? 15 days. Next one. Updating this list of members, you are having just a 7 days time limit. In case of violation, come on, company 3 lakhs, officer in default 50,000 is the fine. Understood? So that's it, ma. Section 88 completed. Section 88 completed. 89-90 I'll discuss with you section 89-90 in the next lecture. It's not correct in this lecture, ma. I'll discuss with you 89 and 90 in the next lecture. So next concept is section 91. Section 91. Section 91. Explain the provisions of Companies Act with respect power to close register of members or debenture holders or other security holders. Now, closure of register of members, close means what? Simply closing the books. Correct, but not 100%. Closure, why company will close its registers? First of all, the purpose. If you look at the purpose, whenever company is paying dividends, whenever company is issuing bonus shares or offering rights shares, or voting to determine voting powers of the members, generally company will close registers. We didn't get you, sir. Listen to me carefully. In a public company, shares, a person can keep on transfer his shares. Shares are simply transferable without any restrictions, without any permissions. Yes or no? So now I'm the member. The very next minute, I may transfer shares to someone. He may transfer to some other person. Yes or no? So that means, members keep on changing. Now, who is the member entitled to the dividend? Who is the member entitled to vote at the general meeting? Who is the member entitled to for bonus shares? Who is the member entitled to rights shares? So now we need to decide members who are eligible. So we need to put a cutoff. That means, suppose persons whose names are in the registers as on 27th October 2024, for example, as on 27th October 2024, on that particular date, whose names are there, the person whose details are found in the registers, only those people are entitled for dividends, entitled to vote at general meeting, entitled for final dividends, entitled to vote at general meeting. Now for freezing the members, we will close a register of members. That means during closure period, company management will not record any single entry in the register of members. So simply freeze, simply freeze. So during closure period, company will not record any new entry in the register. Why? in order to get the list of members who are entitled for dividends, who are entitled to vote at a general meeting. That's it. So to freeze the members, we will close a register of members. Yeah, I'll show it to you, ma. I'll show it to you. Just 1 second. You can see here ITC notice of AGM. ITC notice of AGM. 1/12th annual general meeting. Okay, fine. Yes, you can look at the screen. The register of members will remain closed from Tuesday 29th May 2018 to Thursday 31st May 2018, both days inclusive. Share transfers received in order at the ISC Investor Service Center of the company, 37 Jawaharlal Nehru Road, Kolkata by 5:30 p.m. on Monday 28th May 2018 will be processed. So transfers happened till 28th May and transfer instruments received by company till 28th May evening 5:30 p.m. will be processed. After that period, after that time point, if company receive any share transfer applications, any share transfer forms, company will not process them during this closure period. Understood? So they will be processed for payment of dividend if declared, okay, to the transferee or to their mandates, and the dividend if declared will be paid on 31st July 2018 to those members entitled thereto and whose names appear in register of members on 31st May 2018. So cutoff date, that's what you know, cutoff date. So up to 28th May, whatever transfers happen, whatever transfer forms issued by the company, they will be processed and those details will be updated. Now 29, 30, 31, these 3 dates, any transfer happen, company will not record these entries. Again, from 1st June onwards, company will start recording those entries in the registers. Are you getting my point? So during closure period, company will not record any entry in the registers. Sir, why company will close registers? Simply to decide, to determine the people who are entitled to the dividends, who are entitled to vote at general meetings, who are entitled to receive bonus shares, who are entitled to receive shares under a rights issue. Are you getting my point, students? Now, for closure of registers, you need to follow a certain procedure. That procedure is prescribed under section 91. Let's see. The said section is divided into 2 parts. Subsection 1 deals with time limits for register of members to be allowed to be closed. And subsection 2 mentions the penalty for contravention of provisions of subsection 1. Okay, fine. No need to write this in examination. Just understand the provision. MCQ point of view important, ma. So time limits for closure of registers. Next one, penalty provisions. According to section 91 subsection 1, a company may close register of members, debenture holders, other security holders by giving minimum 7 days notice. So 7 days notice is must. Now here company decided to close register from 29th May 2018, right? And when they issued this notice 16th May 2018, see, they issued notice 16th May 2018 and the closure is from 29th May. If you observe, more than 7 days is there. 13 days, I think, mostly 13 days. Next one, 7 days notice is compulsory, or such lesser period as specified by SEBI. If SEBI prescribes 3 days, then minimum 3 days notice is required. Now transferees will alert. Transferees, what they will do? They will immediately send transfer forms to the company. Then only their people, their names will be recorded. Then only they will get dividends. Section 91 subsection 1 further states that registers may be closed for any period not exceeding 30 days at one time and for an aggregate period of 45 days in 1 year. 2 time limits are there, no confusion at all. At a time you can close register for 30 days. At a time you can close registers for 30 days. And aggregate period, that means during the year, sir, I closed register for 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. All these 5 times, all these 4 times, it shall not exceed 45 days. For example, for determining final dividend, I closed it for 5 days, sir. Next, so voting at general meeting, I closed it for 5 days, sir. Rights issue, 5 days, sir. Bonus issue, 10 days, sir. So like that, 4 times you close the registers. All these 4 times you calculate. All these 4 times, sum of all these 4 times shall not exceed 45 days. Understood? Single time 30 days. During the year, complete closure time period shall not exceed 45 days. If exceeded, then penalty. How much, sir? 5,000 per day, subject to maximum of 1 lakh, during which register is kept closed. However, the offence is compoundable offence. Compoundable offence, pay penalty. Next one, notice. According to Rule 10 of Company Rules 2014, a company closing register of members or register of debenture holders or register of other security holders shall give at least 7 days prior notice. Already discussed. Listed company, in addition to the notice, advertisement is must and should. Advertisement at least in one vernacular newspaper in principal vernacular language of the district, and having a wide circulation in the place where registered office of the company is situated, and at least once in English language in an English newspaper circulating in the district, and having wide circulation in the place where registered office of the company is situated, and publish the notice on the website as may be notified by central government and website if any of the company. But this benefit, this exemption, sorry, advertisement not required for private companies. You all know private companies have been exempted from issuing public notice in newspapers. 200 members only, right? Private company limitation is there, max 200 members, right? So if you issue notice to all the members before closure of registers, then no need of advertisement. And the same point already discussed with you in foreign registers concept also. In foreign registers, where you kept those registers, in that area, give just one advertisement. Understood? In that country, in that location, where you are maintaining foreign register, give advertisement with respect to foreign register. Is it clear? So totally, come on, tell me, how many days I can close register of members at a time? 30 days. Throughout the year, 45 days. Sir, suppose, for final dividend, I closed registers for 30 days, sir. Now, for rights issue, how many days I can close that register, sir? For rights issue, how many days? For determining the persons who are entitled to final dividend, I close register for 30 days. Now, I want to close registers for deciding bonus issue, sir. For deciding, who are entitled to bonus issue. Now, with respect to this, how many days, I can close register? Actually, 30 days, but not 30 days. Why? If you add 30 plus 30, it is coming 60. Aggregate, only 45 days, right? So for bonus issue, you can close register only for 15 days. And no more further closures. No more further closures. Are you all getting my point? Next one. Next one, annual return. Very, very important concept, Practically very important. Do you remember? Change of name of the company. Company must not default in filing annual returns with ROC. Issue of equity shares with the differential rights. Company has not committed any default with respect to filing annual returns with ROC for the last 3 preceding financial years. Remember? So yes, every company, including OPC, including small company, is required to file a annual return. Every company is required to file annual return with ROC. First, we'll look into the contents of annual return. Company is closely monitored by central government. Company is closely monitored by central government. How? Sir, how, sir? Company is providing, how, sir? How central government is monitoring company? Each and every officer of, from central government, will go to each and every company and will inquire each and every company? No. There is no such inquiry, There is no such inquiry. But still, government is having a close monitoring over companies. How? Only because of this section. Only because of this section, because of this annual return concept. You'll understand once I show you annual return. Okay. I'll open annual return. So on the screen, you can observe annual return form number MGT7. Form number MGT7. With respect to one-person companies and small companies, MGT7A is applicable. MGT7A is applicable. So other than OPC and small companies, MGT7 is applicable. You can observe here, sin of the company, 21 digit number, right? 21 digit number. You can observe here. Just enter the number and click on pre-fill. You'll get the details. JSW Energy Limited. Or registered office address. Next one, email ID of the company, telephone number, website address, date of incorporation. You'll get this information, just by clicking pre-fill. Next one, type of the company, public company, and a company limited by shares, non-government company. Whether company is having share capital, yes. Whether shares listed on recognized stock exchange, yes. Next one, details of stock exchanges where shares are listed, BSE Limited as well as NSE Limited. Next one, sin of registrar and transfer agent. Whenever transfers happen, so who will record all those entries? Who will register the transfer? One agent is there, sir. Registrar and transfer agent is there. Now you need to provide the details of register and transfer agent. So KFin Technologies Limited. KFin Technologies Limited. Next one, this annual return. Period. For which period you are filing this annual return, sir? 2022-23, sir. Okay, 1st April 2022 to 31st March 2023. If AGM is held, yes, they need to provide this information. Okay, so AGM is held. If yes, you need to give date of AGM. If not held, you need to give reasons why AGM was not conducted. Understood? Next one, principal business activities of the company. Number of business activities, only one. And one activity, electricity, gas, steam, and air condition supply. So 100% they got turnover from this business only. Next one, holding companies, subsidiary companies, associate company details you need to provide. So number of companies in which information is to be given, 63. 63 just observe here, 63 companies, associated with this company, maybe subsidiary or associate. So all these are subsidiary details, subsidiary company details. Few companies are having sin, few companies are not having sin, maybe foreign companies. So subsidiary, yeah. Next one, share capital, debentures and other securities of the company. Coming to the share capital, authorized capital, issued capital, subscribed and paid up. And preference shares, no, not applicable. Breakup of preference, paid up share capital. Promoters, how many shares they are holding. Public, how many shares they are holding. That information you need to provide. And moreover, see here, equity shares at the beginning of the year. Equity shares at the beginning of the year, in demat form. Increase during the year, shares will increase because of these reasons. Public issue, rights, bonus, private placement, ESOP, sweat equity, conversion of preference shares, conversion of debentures, GDRs, ADRs. Because of these reasons only you can observe, increase of shares. So there is an increase, that increase is due to reason of employee stock options. In other cases, no increase at all. Now decrease happens because of these reasons: buyback, forfeiture, reduction of share capital, others. Reduction of share capital, I shown you one practical case study also. I explained you Paytm company, right? So reduction of share capital, others. So 000. Next one, preference shares, no. And ISIN of equity share of the company, I told you, right? International security identification number. So if your share is in demat form, you will be given a ISIN number. You need to furnish the details also. Next one, details of shares, debentures, transfers since closure date of last financial year. So since 31st March 2022, any transfer happened, you need to provide that information. Here no transfers happened, they provided. Next, debentures, outstanding at the end of the year. Non-convertible debentures, 6,750 units. Nominal value per debenture is almost 10 lakhs, I guess. Yeah. So total value. Next one. So details of the debentures, non-convertible. Outstanding at the beginning of the year. Increase, decrease. Decrease is nothing but redemption. Increase is nothing but further issue. Outstanding at the end of the year. Next, turnover and net worth of the company. Turnover of the company. As well as net worth of the company. Turnover how much? 601 crores. No. 6,019 crores, 8 lakhs. Yeah. Shareholding pattern: individuals, Indians, non-resident Indians, government holding 0, body corporate holding 70%. 70% of capital was held by body corporate. That means sorry, majority portion, 70% portion is held by body corporates, maybe subsidiary to another entity, maybe, I'm not sure. And only Indian individuals are holding just 4.41 percentage. So these people, other than promoters, these people, shareholding promoters. Now coming to other than promoters, public other than promoters, you can observe here. Other than promoters, total they are holding how much? 25.34%. In that, major portion insurance companies and then foreign institutional investors. So who are the members of the company? You can observe here. Simply, public people who are having demat accounts, who are buying these shares, they are just a 3.68% only. They are just 3.68, including non-resident Indians, maybe 3.84%. So only these people are domestic individual investors. Remaining all majority portion held by promoters and 5% held by foreign institutional investors. So total number of shareholders other than promoters is 2,65,000 shareholders are there. So details of foreign institutional investors, you need to provide the details, This form is half complete, half incomplete. That's why I'm not able to show you, but just look at the contents. Next one, number of promoters, members, debenture holders. So promoters at the beginning, at the end of the year. Next one, members other than promoters, beginning 2,38,000, end 2,65,000. Debenture holders beginning to, right now we are having 3 debenture holders. Next one, details of the directors and KMP. So composition of board of directors, you can observe here, beginning of the year, how many directors are there, end of the year, how many directors are there. And you'll find names of the directors also. So details of the directors you can see here. And number of shares held by those directors you can observe here. Particulars of change in directors, 5. One got terminated, 2 newly appointed, and 2 there is change in designations. Next one, members meetings, directors meetings. Annual general meeting last year was conducted on 14th June 2022. And coming to the board meetings, 7 meetings were conducted. When and how many directors attended? Percentage attendance. Next one, committee meetings. 21 committee meetings conducted. Audit committee only, mostly audit committee meetings, as well as stakeholders committee meetings. So that information is still there, only 10 details were displayed. So down you can observe remaining 11. Next one, attendance of the director. Each and every director attended to how many board meetings, how many committee meetings. Understood? So number of meetings which director was entitled to attend. So Mr. Jindal, 7 out of 7 he attended 4. So percentage of attendance 57.14. Committee, no, he is not a director in any committee. So 0, like that. Next one, a remuneration of directors. So how much remuneration each director took from our company. Next one, number of CEO, CFO, CS, and whose remuneration details to be entered. Only one is there. Company secretary, remuneration 1 crore, right? 1 crore 3,87,000. Next one, number of other directors whose remuneration details to be entered. Looking at this information, section 197 you can calculate. Public companies maximum they can pay remuneration to the directors max to max 11% of their profits. Next, matters to be certified of complaints and disclosures, penalty and punishments, if any, during the year. If company got any penalties, you need to furnish those details. Next one, so declaration, I told you, right? This is just incomplete form. Incomplete form. So this information is available in Google also, You can download any document from Google website. So just wait, cancel. So that's what I got this information from browser only. You can download any company annual return. Any company annual return you can download. Annual report of just wait. Annual returns of any company you can download. So here you can observe. So this is a complete form. Sir, how you got this information, sir? Very simple, ma. Every company after filing ROC with after filing annual returns with ROC, they need to provide they need to upload it in their website, and they need to provide link also. So I got this document from company website only. So now you can see here, complete information was provided here. Complete information. This annual return is regarding preceding financial year. Last annual return I shown you, that is current year annual return. So just wait. Signing is important. That's what I'm showing you. So here also this form is also incomplete. Okay, fine. But we'll have a discussion on it. So finally, this form should be digitally signed by a director of the company and company secretary of the company. In case if company is not having company secretary, then company secretary in practice must sign this form. What is the difference? Company secretary, that means company employee. Company is having secretary as employee. That person has to sign this form. In case company is not having any company secretary, then he need to approach independent company secretary. That means practicing a professional company secretary in practice. So two people should sign this form. One is director, the other one is secretary. If no secretary, secretary in practice. For small companies, OPCs, secretary is not applicable. MGT 7A signed by director, it is sufficient. Now let's look into the material, ma. Now, after looking all this information, it is very clear. Company is providing complete information to the ROC. Yes or no? Holding company details, subsidiary company details, associate company details. Next one, financial information, everything, company is providing to ROC. That's what, close monitoring. That's what, government is having close monitoring over companies. That is the reason. Every company shall file its annual return in form number MGT7 except OPC and small company. One person company and small company shall file annual returns from financial year 2020-21 onwards in form number MGT7A. According to section 92 subsection 1, every company shall prepare a return in the prescribed form containing particulars as they stood on the close of financial year regarding a registered office, principal business activities, particulars of holding subsidiary associate companies, shares, debentures, other securities shareholding pattern, members, debenture holders, promoters, directors, KMP. Do you remember? Promoter is a person who is named as promoter in annual return. Remember? Directors, KMP, along with the changes in JSW Energy company. I shown you changes in directors, KMP also. One terminated. And next one, 2 appointed. 2 changes in designations. Meetings of the members, meetings of the board, meetings of the committees, remuneration details, penalties or punishments imposed on the company, matters relating to certification of compliance disclosure as may be prescribed, if applicable, required. A few companies it is applicable. What are those companies? Just wait. Details as may be prescribed in respect of shares held by on behalf of foreign institutional investors. Foreign institutional investors details you need to provide. A separate section is there in annual return. I shown you. And such other matters as may be prescribed. Coming to the signing, the aforementioned annual return has to be signed by a director of the company and company secretary. And in case there is no company secretary, by a secretary in practice. That's what I told you. However, in relation to OPC and small company, the annual return shall be signed by secretary. If no secretary, then by director of the company. That means no need of CS in practice signature. No need of signature of CS in practice. Told you difference. This person is employee of the company. Yes, company will have company secretaries, ma. This person is an independent practicing person. If no CS, get signature from CS in practice. With respect to OPC small companies, CS signature is not required. Director signature is sufficient. Provided further that central government may prescribe abridged form of annual return for OPC, small company, and such other class or classes of companies as may be prescribed. Accordingly, Rule 11, Sub Rule 1, OPC and small company shall file annual return form for the financial year from the financial year 2021 onwards in MGT 7A. Certification. certification is applicable only to few companies. That is first one, listed companies. Next, company having paid up share capital of 10 crores or more or turnover of 50 crores or more. So only these three companies should get a separate compliance certificate from CS in practice, and that certificate shall be in form MGT8. Come on, tell me what are those companies? Listed company. Next, public companies, right? Mistake. Only company. It may be private or it may be public. So any company having paid up share capital 10 crores or more, turnover 50 crores or more. So in this point, private, public, all these entities are covered. The MGT8 you need to obtain from an independent company secretary. So it must state that annual return discloses the facts correctly and adequately, and the company has complied all the provisions of the act. So simply certification from independent, practicing professional. Every company shall place a copy of annual return on the website of the company, if any, and web link of such annual return shall be disclosed in the board report. That's what, I downloaded the document and I shown you the document. Now, what is the time limit for filing returns with ROC, annual returns? What is the time limit for filing MGT7 with MGT7 with ROC? 60 days. 60 days from the date on which AGM is held. If no AGM is held, then within 60 days from the due date of AGM, due date, date on which AGM should have been held. That means due date. That means due date, along with reasons for not holding the AGM. Now, why AGM was not conducted? You need to furnish those details. Any default, any contravention, punishment. Sir, what is the punishment, sir? Company 10,000 rupees. Officer in default 10,000 rupees. Fixed penalty. Fixed penalty. And in case of continuing failure, delay is still continuing, sir. 100 for each day during which such failure continues, subject to a maximum of 2 lakhs in case of company, and subject to a maximum of 50,000 rupees in case of officer who is in default. Understood? So, minimum fine, minimum penalty for contravention is 10,000. And if it is continuous in nature, then for company as well as officer in default, it is 100 per day. 100 per day. Like this, 10,000 plus 100 per day. It shall not exceed, 2 lakhs in case of company, 50,000 in case of officer who is in default. If a company secretary in practice certifies annual return otherwise than in accordance with this section and rules made thereunder, he shall be liable to a penalty of 2 lakh rupee. That means any violation he commit while certifying MGT8, any wrong information he furnished, any kind of misstatement, he will get punishment, penalty 2 lakh rupees. MGT8 is different, MGT7 is different. MGT7 applicable to all companies. MGT8 is applicable only to the companies, listed company, and company having a paid up share capital 10 crores or more, and company having a turnover 50 crores or more. Understood? Everyone. Big Fox Private Limited called its AGM on 30th September 19 for laying down the financial statements for approval of its shareholders for the financial year ended 31st March 2019. However, due to want of quorum, the meeting could not take place and was cancelled. And company has not filed annual financial statements or annual returns for the year ending March 2019 with the ROC till date. The director is of view that since annual general meeting did not take place, period of 60 days for filing annual return is not applicable. AGM is not conducted, then from due date onwards, you are having a time period of 60 days. Within 60 days from due date, you need to file annual return with ROC. Along with that, you need to state the reasons why AGM was not conducted. Why AGM was not conducted. Understood? Everyone. So next part. Okay, fine, ma. So with this, I'll conclude this session. In the next session, I'll discuss with you two concepts. One is section 8990, and the other one is, place of keeping registers and returns, inspection of registers and returns. Okay. With this, I'll give you a small break. So after break, just watch next lecture immediately. With the next lecture, I'll complete registers and returns. From third lecture onwards, general meetings topic I'll start. Clear?